Big news for Texas yesterday. There's been a lot of Longhorns news lately because Quinn Ewers obviously declares for the draft. We did a video on the $8 million offer rumors that he turned down allegedly. So that was big news for them. But Arch Manning, of course, taking over at quarterback. Defensive side of the ball. Colin Simmons got a lot of the buzz this year for the Longhorns, deservedly so. But Trey Moore, who it was his first year as a Longhorn coming over from UTSA, had a bit of a slow start. I think Longhorns fans were down on him the first part of the season. But as you see here in the graphic, had almost 6 sacks the later part of the season from November 16th on. So as you see a lot of times with these guys who take the step up in competition, whether it's the speed of the game, the physicality, you're going from playing at UTSA, which, we have a lot of respect for that program, but you're playing SEC football now. You're playing at Texas. A lot more is expected of you. The standard is way higher. Once that learning curve for him was figured out, that light really went off for him. And to get him back now with a full off season, paired with Simmons and some of the other pass rushers they have there coming back, you got to be really excited if you're a Texas fan.
Yeah, and people pull up some clips here from Moore's season at Texas. You can just see the bend and the natural sort of pass rush traits. It's amazing. This San Antonio, Texas area, listed 6'3", 245, might be a little smaller, but this was a 0-star player when he signed with UTSA. And I went back and watched his high school highlights because I was like, how did this guy go unrated? I mean, not even with a low 3-star kind of rating. And I don't know what happened, but you watch a senior film and you see what you ended up seeing at UTSA and now what you're seeing at Texas. He was jumping over guys. He was explosive, the bend. Again, not the biggest guy in the world, but he is somebody who is able to make it work both, at the G5 level and now at the SEC level. Here you see him. And look, this is not like someone who just feasted off bad teams. You look at the college football playoff game against Arizona State, had 2 sacks in that one, just part of his run here towards the end of the season where he just came on strong there, seeing against the Florida Gators. So Colin Simmons is going to be one of the highest profile players in the country next year. Anthony Hill, same thing. Those are probably going to be 2 of the stars of the game. But don't sleep on Trey Moore as someone with experience, somebody who, despite being a veteran, is still emerging. He had 14 sacks in 2023. And again, that was less competition, but I think he has that in him. And I think if he continues the momentum that he had here at the end of the year, you could get him closer to double-digit sacks. Again, all his sacks after or since November 16th. So project that over the course of a full season, and you can get even more production from this guy. He's known for having great work ethic, being really focused on football, trying to get better, was one of the top targets in the portal from everybody last year. And, I'm excited to see where this goes. Texas, disappointing season, but it's always felt like Texas had their eyes on this Arch Manning era. That this was circled. That the Ewers era was sort of a bonus, and then once the Manning era came, we finally see the full scope of what Sark had envisioned and Sark's build. And Trey Moore is a big part of that. You could never ever have enough pass rushers. You don't know if Colin Simmons, God forbid something happens to him, but even if he plays healthy the whole year, you need to help him out. You need to give him some relief. You got 2 fastballs coming off the edge, whether it's at the same time or just one after the other. It's going to be a lot of pressure for SEC tackles to block these guys. And they play a different style too. Simmons more your traditional 5-star, traitsy kind of guy, more guy who makes the most out of his tools with bend, with relentless energy, and with just a natural pass rush feel.
Yeah, and look, this is a guy too that he's not just a pass rusher. You see him in some of those clips making plays on the flats, making plays against the run. So listen, this is the sort of guy too that I think maybe in the past, you go to the NFL, he gets drafted mid to late rounds, most likely, and is happy with his decision. But with the NIL factor now, comes back, can get paid, probably just about guarantees him making what he would make or more than he would make in his first year in the NFL if he were to get drafted in that mid-round range next year, and can still continue to improve as a player and go try to win something bigger with his team next year.
Yeah, and look, this is not a guy with tremendous physical attributes as far as the size. So for the NFL, he's probably going to be a pass rusher only. He's not running a 4, right? He's not one of these like just complete freaks of nature that you say, all right, well, they're not big, but they have elite explosiveness. He's just a good pass rusher, good player. So the college game suits him better. And the more he plays, maybe the more versatility he shows, maybe you see him dropping back more, playing more like an outside linebacker. That could help his stock going forward to get drafted by a team that likes to use those big outside linebackers. So he doesn't have to be the 6'5", 260-pound edge setter who can also rush the passer. He could be more of a versatile piece that's half linebacker, half defensive end, because that really fits more along the lines of what his body is.